Hello, I'm Erica Leonard, CEO of MARF. Thank you for taking the time to learn how you can help community providers during the 2023 legislative session. To refresh your memory, community providers are the organizations that serve people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, or IDD, to live and work in the community all across Missouri. Together, providers serve 40,000 people through the Division of Developmental Disabilities and 21,000 people through the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation. The Community Provider Network is the backbone of supports throughout Missouri designed to break down barriers people with disabilities face to live as self-sufficiently as possible. For years, community providers have been struggling to overcome a workforce crisis. The growing fatigue associated with high turnover rates, constant competition to attract employees, and retain staff came to a boiling point last session. Thankfully, the General Assembly and the governor stepped in and approved a historic investment. The funding included in the state budget increased reimbursement rates to allow for providers to pay a $15 per hour starting wage to direct support professionals. Supporting people with intellectual and developmental disabilities would not be possible without direct support professionals. These healthcare professionals must have profound empathy and be able to manage a variety of tasks throughout their shift. A DSP is a caregiver, personal care attendant, medical advisor, job coach, dietitian, driver, friend, and much more. We know the post-pandemic shift in the market has created a new normal for providers in terms of staffing. The workforce shortage is here to stay. High staff turnover rates have forced the provider network to shift their mindset and find new ways to attract and retain DSPs. Providers are not able to raise their prices to offset the associated costs of recruiting and retaining employees because they are at the mercy of the funding appropriated by you, the Missouri General Assembly. The worker shortage is creating a new burden for people with disabilities that are already approved for services. With no staff to support new people, the wait for services continues and at times may cause someone to end up stuck in inappropriate environments, such as hospitals, nursing homes, emergency rooms, and even jail.
My name is Jane Huang, and I have been living in St. Louis, Missouri for the past 25 years. I work full-time in a risk management function at a major financial institution, and my husband is in IT services. And we have been married for over 30 years. And we have one son, Joseph, will turn 19 this month. We feel extremely lucky that we have our jobs, support from our employers, support from our community, but still we need support from you to make sure that Joseph lives the good life that he has envisioned for himself. As of June 24th of 2022, we were approved for comprehensive waiver. So I thought my battle was over. And so we are waiting after over 4 months now, and we are not even started. And I don't see any time in the near future that this thing can be started. Joseph is super excited about starting the next chapter of his life because all his high school classmates, they are in college, they are in their own residential environment, and Joseph sees that and is super excited about it. And I, as his mother, is also ready to let him start his own life. But due to the extreme worker shortage, right now there is no spot across the whole state of Missouri that can cater to his high behavior support needs. And therefore, we are still waiting for those services that were already approved and funded as of June this year to begin. As Joseph's mom, as a mom of special need kid, I know of many other families personally who are waiting for services to begin.
There are over 600 people just like Joseph that are waiting for services. You have already made a difference by showing interest in the people we serve. Many of you were also a part of last year's investment to strengthen services so we can attract a committed workforce. And now, the Community Provider Network, people with disabilities, and their families are asking you to do what is right to make the Missouri system even stronger for those who cannot live life without support services. Please consider investing funding that will allow providers to continue raising wages to attract and retain compassionate people so that community providers can serve more and more Missourians who need support today. Allocating funding to cover the cost of services and a competitive wage to frontline staff is the path forward. As you continue supporting the provider network that supports people with IDD, remember that legislation referred to as Employment First raises the bar for inclusion of individuals with disabilities in the workplace. Not only do you have the chance to support individuals that require lifelong services, you can also advance Missouri to become an employment-first state that promotes the employment of people with disabilities. Competitive, integrated employment is the preferred position for people with disabilities. Together, we can continue to do what's right for our neighbors with intellectual and developmental disabilities, their families, and the staff and organizations that they depend on. As you go to work for a better Missouri this legislative session, please remember community providers and the children and adults they serve and be the champion we need. We can accomplish this together.